All right, man. Jalen Hunt's out here and enjoying himself, man. He was at the World Cup. He was going for Brazil, it looked like. I got a video of him and Moro Jomo out there having some fun. We're going to watch that in the video. We also got a comparison from Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is being compared to a great quarterback who pretty much in the same time and Jalen Hurts has been playing, this quarterback has, I wouldn't say underperformed, but Jalen Hurts has exceeded this dude, in stats, which everybody cares about, stats. And you cannot argue the fact that this is a really good quarterback. You just can't argue it. And Jalen Hurts, in the time he's been a quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, he has outperformed this dude as a quarterback. But this ain't the first time he's outperformed a legend or or somebody who is projected to be a legend. Makai Lemon was asked about who his mentor was, and the I think the obvious answer is what he gave. We got the interview. We got that interview here, and I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts about how he answered that question. Jalen Carter was on SMB Sports, SMB Sports signing, and he went over the playoff run, the Super Bowl run, where he got the sack, and then he messed up the throw across the middle to a wide open tight end who might have scored. And he talks about the mindset of doing that, and outside of that, what can we expect from him this season? And I got an opinion on that as well. Lastly, Devontavian. Hold on, I'm trying to get this. Vontavian Wicks. Vontavian Wicks is the wide receiver that we picked up. We actually extended him after we picked him up, and I know we're getting a lot of wide receivers trying to supplement the AJ Brown aura of what he was able to, like, kind of to fill the shoes. And I'm gonna tell you, this wide receiver is much different than AJ Brown. Yes, he's a big body guy, but he is much different than AJ Brown. I'm gonna show you a couple videos in which I'm talking about, because AJ Brown, I'm gonna get into it. I almost walked into it then, but we're gonna get into it in the video, man. So all right. A lot of people with all the notion of getting uh, um, Jonathan Grenard and the Max Crosby situation. A lot of people forgetting Jalen Hunt. Jalen Hunt is a up and coming um, outside linebacker, and I feel like he's a really good outside linebacker. He has he has far exceeded anything he was really supposed to be doing here at Philadelphia, and he keeps getting better. Keeps getting better. Pairing him up with Nolan Smith, man, like I believe that um, it's gonna be a dog fight for who gets to stay. Jalen Hunt for me is right in the front. It's his job to lose. Nolan Smith, they want him to be that guy, but he got to go and be that guy first. Well, he don't hear none of that talk, man, because he's out there, he's out there rooting for Brazil in the World Cup.
We here supporting Brazil. Go Brazil, baby! Go Brazil! Wait, how you say? How you say go
Vamos
Brazil?
Brazil, vamos Brazil.
Vamos Brazil! All right then. We here, vamos Brazil, baby! Vamos Brazil!
This dude seems so fun to be around. I promise you. Him, Moro Dromo, like, I guess these guys are kind of good friends, man, because Moro Dromo was with him at the hockey game. No, Moro Dromo was with Nolan Smith in the hockey game. But Moro Dromo get around, man. He be having he be having a blast. He plays well, so I don't really mind. But Jalen Hunt, man, is somebody who is just getting better every year. Every year you see him get better and better and better. And like I said, it's his job to lose. If Nolan just doesn't show anything, man, Jalen Hunt has really earned that spot. He makes it very hard for them to let him go. Let's get into Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, somebody put on Twitter where he was being compared to Big Ben Roethlisberger from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I thought Big Ben was a very solid quarterback. People put Big Ben in the elite. They put him as an elite. But if you look at these numbers here in his first couple of games where Big Ben kind of got most of his accomplishments off of, you look at those, and Jalen Hurts is right there. He, like, not just right there like he's about to be up on him, like he surpassed him in those situations. People go, oh man, Big Ben ain't have that kind of. Big Ben had help. He had a nice bit of help. Nice bit of, just like Jalen Hurts. Big Ben route to his accomplishments are really night and day. Like it's pretty similar from tight ends to wide receivers. He's had his share of wide receivers. He's had his share of tight ends. He's had his share of running backs. He's had his share of offensive linemen. He's had his share of defenses. This is perfect as a comparison of quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts has surpassed Big Ben, and if you're talking about his performance, what else people be wanting to see from him is just an opinion. This dude has been balling, and he's managed to keep his interceptions down while doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I think this should quiet a lot of critics, man. If, for the people who, he ain't that good. Big Ben ain't that good. You have to say that Big Ben ain't that good if you say that Jalen Hurts is not that good. Gotta say it. Because I'm showing it to you. Got to say that. Alright, Mekhi Lemon was I guess at the youth camp. I want to say a youth camp where one of the people asked him a question about who was his mentor.
Who's been your biggest mentor so far with the Eagles offense?
My biggest mentor, I'd probably say, that's a tough one. I'd probably say Smitty. Definitely. Just the way he works, the way he carries himself, just being a leader. He's been in the league for so long. So just seeing how he works, how he does things, I'm looking at that. And, he's definitely, leading me in the right path.
He took a while to say that. I think Devontae Smith is like a quiet leader. He's not going. I think he said it too. Yeah, if he comes, he asks something, I'll talk to him about it. But I'm gonna give him his space. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna overbearingly try to give him anything. But Devontae Smith, if he sees something wrong, he will say something. I don't think it's a mentorship because you see how slow he answered that question. Anybody who's big time in your career, if asked a question, they come immediately to mind. He had to think about it for a little. So he ain't really got like a leader, a mentorship, really. And Devontae Smith is a more show on the field, more show you than talk to you about. So I don't think it's a big deal, but I just don't think it's to that form. I think a lot of people gonna hype this up like Devontae Smith is walking him to his car, showing him where all the stuff at. Like he's not gonna be overbearing like that. And it ain't such a bad thing. Jalen Carter went to a signing. I think it's S&B Sports. He went to a signing, and he talked about the Super Bowl run, and he broke down the film on the Super Bowl run. And that ain't really what got me. What got me is what he said after when God asked him, "What can we expect from you this season?"
Yeah. You come up with the big thing, talk me through it. This drawing just this play right here, I was saving my energy. And, this is a move where in those types of right here, the jumbo, my problem was
That's what's up. And then the next play, you gotta pressure that safety.
same move.
Same move.
Same move. I
Puka was-
his head was spinning. Like after I got that set, I knew they moving fast, head spinning. And I knew it was bound for another mistake to happen. I ran the same thing, did the same move, as strong as I could. So when I burned that arm down, even if it was on my hip, when I'm throwing that down, I'm gonna break the arm off on the ground and make both of them.
Thank you, Brody. What can we expect from you this season?
You know, it's a lot more double teams.
What can he expect from him this? He said shit the same thing. I'm gonna be real with y'all. If Jalen Carter give us the Super Bowl Jalen Carter, that's more than enough. Right? That's more than enough. But I have reason to believe he's gotten better. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting for a contract. This is going to be a different Jalen Carter. He's going to get a lot of double teams. I think the biggest problem with having a Jalen Carter is he's going to get a whole lot of holds. And people are going to hold him a lot, and the referees won't say nothing. That's the horrible part about having a Jalen Carter. He get the most uncalled holds I've ever seen in football. We see Aaron Donald, and Aaron Donald, he would get when he was mic'd up, somebody ripped his whole shoulder pad off. The difference between the two is that they called that play. Most of the plays where Jalen Carter is being held, they're not calling it. You'll be stopping the play every single play because they're holding him almost on every single play. And I want them to officiate that because it's the rules. If it was happening for us, if we were on the other end of it, you got to know that they're calling that on us. There were some holds we got called for. Weren't even holds. The Tyler Steen thing when he threw dude to the ground. That's not a hold. He just got to get in the weight room. Like I really hope that it's a different time this season. This season, I'm hoping it's a very different time because he's got to get those calls, especially since he's going to be getting doubled as much as he gets doubled. But here's the thing: Jordan Davis has got to get a little bit of it too. You can't double both guys in the inside because somebody on the outside is going to have a field day. And we have a prolific pass rusher in Jonathan Grenard. We have a prolific pass rusher. And I mean, I still want those calls, but it's going to be very hard to double Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. It's just going to be very hard. Moving on. Dontavian Wicks. Dontavian Wicks is somebody who can get open. He can get open. Like legit get open. I'm going to run some clips. Showing you guys him getting open. Him just getting open. And it's the release, maybe. Most of it is the release. Him getting, he got the shaky shake. And then on top of that, he is strong. He can make contested catches. Dontavian Wicks probably is our wide receiver. He's that good. The man is that good. Mekhi Lemon, he's gonna come around. But this guy is that good right now. And that's one thing A.J. Brown, I wouldn't say he wasn't super good. Yeah, he wasn't good at it. Real talk. A.J. Brown was somebody who was good at making contested catches. He wasn't good at getting open. That was not A.J. Brown's big. That's why he had a problem with the way the offense moves because he wants you to just throw it. I'm A.J. And because he's made his career off of these contested throws, these contested catches, he like, I don't see no reason why you won't let that thing go. I can get that. But in the same sense, if the whole thing is to keep the ball safe, he can't make those throws. The offense just don't benefit you for him to do it like that. We don't have to worry about that because this kid can get open. It don't matter where you put him, he can get open. And then when he's not open, he has the strong hands to catch the ball anyway. And that's something that excites me about this offense. We're going to run the ball a whole lot. Let's not get it twisted. For the people who want Eli Stowers to play and be effective this year, throw that out the window. Throw that out the window. We're going to have 2 blocking tight ends. So you will not know whether we're blocking, passing, none of that shit. You won't know. But the people the Grant Calcaterra last year, bless his heart. We were trying to trick the defense into certain plays, and Grant Calcaterra was there. They knew certain things weren't coming. We wouldn't run in that thing, got Grant Calcaterra powering to one side. They knew it wasn't coming because Grant Calcaterra couldn't block. This is not the problem we're going to have this season. This season, we might have situations where our offensive coordinator is getting out-battled and then like Jalen Hurts and the offense just got to make some magic happen. But like our offensive coordinator might get outplayed as far as the play calling is concerned. But one thing they will not know is exactly what we're doing. And I really can't ask for more than that after the season we just had. I really can't ask for more. That is all I got, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Turn those post notifications on so y'all stop missing. Let's go, Birds.